Hey guys, Buzzing25 here watching the launch of NROL-79 atop an Atlas V 401. There's still going to be a bit of some ULA stuff, disclaimer, so I'm going to pause this here. And I will see you guys once the broadcast begins proper. See you then. So technically I'm not reselling it because previewing and all. Okay, the webcast has begun proper. Right. There we go.
Lift off of the United Launch Alliance Delta 4 Heavy.
So yeah, this is
From
Vandenberg
Vandenberg Air Force Base in California, ULA presents live Atlas V launch coverage. At Space Launch Complex 3, an Atlas V rocket is fueled and ready to launch the NROL-79 mission for the National Reconnaissance Office. Good morning, I'm Amanda Cooker, and I'm a structural engineer on ULA's Vulcan Centaur program and your host for today's launch.
Well,
I'm
Centaur
joining you
is
from
the
Mission
old
Control
Vulcan is
at
new.
Vandenberg Air Force Base. We are on track for liftoff at 9:49:51 a.m. Pacific Time. The launch count is currently holding at T-minus 4 minutes, and the team is not working any issues at this time.
Oh, that's always a good sign. So you can
This
see there's
planned
the service
30-minute
chart there
hold
that I
gives
think
the
can
launch
be
team time to
rolled over the
conduct
vehicle.
final systems checks and resolve outstanding issues prior to entering the terminal count.
Yeah, so
At the request of our customer, this morning's live mission coverage will conclude following confirmation of payload fairing jettison, which is scheduled to occur about 4.5 minutes after liftoff.
The reason for that is, it's the National Reconnaissance Office launch, which is kept entirely secret, so we don't know what's going on.
We recently received a final briefing from Captain Jennifer Hayden, the 30th Space Wing's weather officer. The weather is within the launch commit criteria for today's liftoff. The probability of violating launch constraints is 0%. The ground winds are 4 knots out of the east, and the temperature is 50 degrees Fahrenheit. So the weather looks favorable, and we are proceeding towards liftoff with a planned T0 of 9:49:51 a.m. Pacific.
Or just 9:50 if you don't want to go through all that technicalities.
This is Atlas Mission Control at T-minus 4 minutes and holding. While final preparations for launch continue, here's a preview of what you'll see today.
Which isn't going to be a lot.
The following profile details the important events of this mission using approximate times.
5, 4, 3, 2. We have ignition and we have liftoff of the United Launch Alliance.
And I will say the payload is
The
probably
Atlas
a
RD-180
pair
main
of
engine
intruder
ignites
satellites,
to lift
intruder
the vehicle
8A and
away
8B.
from the pad.
I'll explain what those
Shortly
satellites
after
do when I get a
liftoff,
chance.
Atlas begins its initial pitch, yaw, and roll maneuvers to attain the proper ascent profile and minimize aerodynamic loads. The Atlas V reaches Mach 1, the speed of sound, at 81 seconds.
There's 3 times.
At 89 seconds, the vehicle experiences maximum dynamic pressure.
Aerodynamic forces on the
Approaching
vehicle.
booster engine cutoff, the Atlas V is burning propellant at a rate of 1,600 pounds per second, traveling at approximately 8,700
Yeah, that's probably not the
miles
actual
per hour,
flight path,
and
by the
located
way.
77.5
I will just
miles
say
in
that.
altitude and 140 miles downrange. Booster
But then
engine
again, it could
cutoff
be.
occurs 4 minutes, 3 seconds after liftoff.
Because they don't really want to know they've done
6
it.
seconds later, the booster stage is jettisoned. The first Centaur main engine start takes place 10 seconds after booster separation.
And then the fairing jettison, and that's it.
At 4 minutes, 27 seconds, the payload fairing is jettisoned.
And that concludes the webcast.
ULA is using an Atlas V 401 configuration rocket to
4
launch
meter
the
fairing,
NROL-79
no
mission.
boosters, 1 upper stage engine.
This is the 70th Atlas V launch since the inaugural flight in 2002, and the 35th flight of the 401 configuration, the workhorse of the Atlas V fleet. Produced in Decatur, Alabama and Harlingen, Texas, the Atlas V 401 includes a common core booster powered by an RD-180 engine, a Centaur second stage powered by an Aerojet Rocketdyne RL-10C1 engine, and a 4-meter diameter payload fairing. On February 15th, the payload fairing with the NROL-79 payload encapsulated inside was transported to Space Launch Complex 3. The payload fairing was then lifted and mated to the Atlas V booster inside the Mobile Service Tower, or MST. This activity completes the stack and is the last major processing milestone. The MST is 260 feet tall and weighs in at nearly 11 million pounds. While in the service position, it provides rocket and payload support as well as protection from the weather. About 4.5 hours before launch, the MST is rolled to the park or launch position.
I think that's
The MST is
necessary
moved about 250
Vandenberg
feet southeast of the rocket,
quite
a trip that takes
fog
about 20
conditions.
minutes. The Atlas V stands approximately 192 feet tall, or about 19 stories, and fully fueled, it weighs in at about 750,000 pounds. To lift the Atlas V away from the pad, the RD-180 engine produces more than 860,000 pounds of thrust. With the MST rolled back, the team completes its final tasks before exiting the pad. Once the pad has been cleared, the Atlas V is fueled and configured for launch.
Good. So, the intruder satellites, the way they work is there's a pair of them, and they can both see or hear radio transmissions. And then, due to the fact they're in a slightly different orbit or something, they can tell the difference.
This
in
is
signal
Atlas
time
Mission
between
Control
them
at
and
T-minus
find where the
4 minutes
signal's
and
coming
holding.
from.
This morning's launch is for the National Reconnaissance Office, or NRO. The NRO is a joint organization engaged in the research and development, acquisition, launch, and operation of innovative overhead reconnaissance systems necessary to meet the
spy
needs of the
satellites,
intelligence community
more
and the
blunt.
Department of Defense. The NRO is recognized for its transformational intelligence collection systems that are used to develop highly accurate military targeting data, support international peacekeeping and humanitarian relief operations, and to assess the impact of natural disasters.
I say it's just intelligence. Just the U.S. wants to spy on people. All right. I'm presuming they're going to. No, that was just a camera switch. That was just a camera switch.
For most missions, our customers
Okay.
provide artwork which is added to the payload fairing.
This is
For
Athena, by the way.
NROL-79, the NRO's artwork features Athena, Zeus's favorite child and the goddess of military victory and wisdom. Athena is the embodiment of wisdom, reason, and purity as she looks over the earth in her bid to impart knowledge to those she protects. Athena's shield, with its depiction of Medusa, is meant to frighten her opponents. The tip of the spear represents the warriors we are supporting, while Athena's owl mask represents wisdom. Finally, the Latin phrase means victory through intelligence.
I'm pretty sure you could probably tell that. Actually, all right. The polling
Today's
should
launch
begin in
is
about
dedicated
6.
in memory of fire engineer
minutes.
Ryan Osler. An 18-year veteran of the Ventura County Fire Department, Osler was tragically killed on September 21, 2016, en route to assist the fight against the canyon fire here
God.
at Vandenberg Air Force Base. He was a third-generation firefighter, preceded in death by grandfather Bob Osler and
he's
father
really-
Ralph Osler.
Yeah.
Ryan was known throughout the department for his work ethic and his willingness to go above and beyond the call of duty. He is survived by his wife Jennifer and their 2 children, Amanda and Brandon. With a love for aviation instilled by his father, Osler appreciated everything that left the ground and soared far above. As a thank you to Engineer Osler for his willingness and sacrifice to serve our community in a time of need, this rocket is being launched in his honor. May his legacy thrive for generations to come, and may his spirit continue to soar far above. We partner with the Air Force's 30th Space Wing to launch our Vandenberg missions. Yesterday, I had a chance to talk with Phil Anderson, ULA's West Coast Range Coordinator. Phil is our primary
Please note-
interface with the 30th Space Wing.
Usually they don't go into
So
this
Phil,
much
thank you
detail
so
about
much for
the
being with
pay-
us here
about
today. We just want to talk to you a little
the
bit about your
operations,
role as a range
so to
coordinator.
speak.
What is it that you
Because
do?
they need to fill in
My
the
job
gap
as
they
the range
usually
coordinator is to
use
go make sure that all of
to,
the
um,
assets that are required to
describe
support
the
us on the
payload.
day of launch are ready to support our launch, that they have been tested, and that we have tested the vehicle with those assets to make sure that we have a successful event. Because our partners in the 30th Space Wing are responsible for public safety, and there's many assets here on the base that ensure that.
So can you describe launch day for me in a little bit more detail?
Launch day around, for me, most of the time is several hours of peaceful quietness surrounded by sometimes minutes of chaos and seconds of insanity. So you have to be prepared to address any issue that comes up between the range and the weather officers and the MIFGOs, or the flight safety officers, and those of us on the launch vehicle.
What would you say is one of your most memorable launches?
I think, although this one certainly has been memorable in that we've rescheduled the launch now twice, and it's been kind of a challenge to get there, I think probably from my perspective the most memorable was the last Titan 4B that we launched here, which was the last of that program. And it was a rather sporting day on the range, and the range was not bad, but we were not quite ready, so we had to run off the pad to support that launch. And we launched on a beautiful day, and everybody got to see it, and the next day was so foggy you couldn't see anything, so our backup day would have been a rather bleak day. But I think that's probably my most memorable.
Awesome.
What advice would you give to future range coordinators, or what skills do you need to be a range coordinator?
I think the number one skill that I would recommend for those that want to take on a job like this is it's a networking job. It's important to be able to partner with all of the people that you work with and know what they need and what you need to get, and be able to negotiate through those functions. And I've always said that it's not necessarily what you know, it's who you know in this business, and it's one of those activities that requires networking.
Thank you so much for your time. We're really excited to see this launch.
Thank you.
About 4 minutes until, wait. Yeah, that's about 4 minutes until we come out of the hold, maybe a bit less. And probably a bit less until the polling begins. There's some liquid oxygen being vented off.
LC performing hold authority comm check on net 1. PD. Loud and clear. Loud and clear as well. STC. Loud and clear. Loud and clear as well. TC1. Loud and clear. Loud and clear as well. TC2.
Loud and clear.
This is Atlas Mission Control at T-minus 4 minutes and holding. We remain in this planned 30-minute built-in hold as preparations for the launch continue. In a few moments, launch conductor Scott Barney will poll the launch team for the final go to pick up the countdown. 29 engineers and managers will be polled for system status and readiness to proceed. This is the final status check before launching for all Atlas vehicle systems, ground systems, the spacecraft, and the U.S. Air Force Western Range. The vehicle system readiness poll includes electrical systems, hydraulics, pneumatics, propulsion systems, flight control, and propellants. Let's listen as Scott Barney performs the final polling of the launch team.
3 minutes till restart. Status check to proceed with terminal count. Respond go, no go. Atlas systems, propulsion. Go. Hydraulics. Go. Pneumatics. Go. LO2. Go. Water. Go. Centaur systems, propulsion. Go. Pneumatics. Go. LO2. Go. LH2. Go. HASGAS. Go. Electrical systems, airborne.
Go.
Ground.
Go.
Facility.
Go.
RFFTS.
Go.
Flight control.
Go.
COM. Go. Timer.
Go.
GCQ.
Go.
Umbilicals.
Go.
ECS.
Go.
Facilities.
Go.
Red line monitor. Go. Quality.
Go.
Op safety manager.
Go.
ULA safety officer.
Go.
Vehicle system engineer.
Go.
Anomaly chief.
Go.
Range coordinator.
Clear to proceed.
Launch director.
Launch vehicle is ready to launch.
Mission director.
You have permission to launch.
There we go.
Proceeding with the count.
So
Timer T0 is planned for 17:49:51. Set count to start at 17:45.
Polling is complete and the launch team has given the go for launch.
So basically, we're
From
ready to go,
T-minus
we're just
4
gonna
minutes until
pull out
launch,
the-
you will be listening to launch conductor
the,
Scott Barney and his team performing the
wait,
final steps in the
vehicle comes out of the
countdown
hold, or the
procedure.
countdown comes out of the hold,
You will hear the
whatever you
team
want to
call
say.
out that Atlas LO2 topping has been secured, followed about a minute later by the call out for transferring the Atlas and Centaur stages from ground facility power to internal battery power. At T-minus 1 minute 55 seconds, the team will command the launch sequencer to start, followed shortly by securing the Centaur LH2 and LO2 topping activity. At T-minus 1 minute 40 seconds, the team will command the flight control system to launch enable and arm the flight termination system. In the final minute, the Atlas tanks will be verified at flight pressures, followed by verification of the Centaur tank pressures. A final status check of Atlas, Centaur, and NROL-79 readiness is conducted at T-minus 25 seconds. Seconds before liftoff, the RD-180 engine ignites and performs a health check before lifting the vehicle off the pad. After liftoff, you'll hear the voice of Marty Malinowski providing launch vehicle ascent data.
I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, they should be. They should release the hull shortly.
On my mark, the time will be T-minus 4 minutes and counting. 3, 2, 1, mark. T-minus
And we're
4 minutes and
counting.
counting. 3:55.
Ground power is enabled.
The countdown clock has resumed, and we are go for launch at 9:49:51 a.m. Pacific.
Oh, T-minus 3 minutes away
3.
from launch.
Securing LO2 topping.
Atlas tanks to flight pressure. 250.
FDS internal.
Oh, 2 minutes away from launch.
159.
Vehicle internal.
155.
Launch sequencer start.
150.
Securing Centaur LH2.
Securing Centaur LO2.
140.
Launch enabled.
37.
FDS armed.
130.
T-minus 1 minute 90 seconds. The launch vehicle,
1
payload,
minute,
ground
90
systems,
seconds?
and
How is
western
that
range are
possible?
go for launch.
I mean, 1 minute 30 seconds or 90
120.
seconds.
LCUs armed.
FCS count started.
110.
Vent valves locked.
T-minus 1 minute.
Rock, report range status.
Range is green.
Okay, 50 seconds. Forty
40.
seconds.
Stable at step 3.
T-minus 30 seconds.
25.
Status check.
Go, Atlas.
Go Centaur.
Yeah.
Go NROL-79.
The Atlas is about to launch.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We have ignition of the RD-180 main engine. 1. Liftoff of the United Launch Alliance Atlas V rocket carrying the NROL-79 mission for the National Reconnaissance Office.
That nose, or was that always thing? I think I saw that open earlier. There we see the heat radiation coming down the path to the left. I see a lot of smoke. After all that smoke, because some of it, it's probably just the some of the water from the deluge system that has boiled due to the temperatures caused by that Russian-made engine. Or originally Russian-made engine.
Is 1 mile. Velocity is 800.
That RD-180 was originally a Russian. I think it still is. That is actually a single engine, but it has 2 nozzles. So, single engine means it has 1 turbo pump. They operate on the common turbo pump.
Roll program is complete.
You're hearing the voice of Marty Malinowski
Roger,
providing launch vehicle ascent data.
Pump speed, injector pressures continue to look good. Current altitude is 5 miles.
What vehicle is supersonic?
Miles per hour. Body rates continue to look good. Booster engine continues to look good at this point in flight. Pump speeds, injector pressures, right in band.
You can see the plumes expanding there as there's less pressure around the
Current
vehicle.
altitude is 18 miles, downrange distance
pressure is
14
higher
miles,
along the
current
plume
velocity
expands
2,479 miles per hour. Booster is now 1/2 its liftoff weight, and we have gone to alpha limited steering. Steering responses look good. RCS pyro valve fired. Now pressurizing to flight levels. Signatures look good. Current altitude is 31 miles, downrange distance 43 miles, current velocity 4,458 miles per hour. Body rates continue to look good. Currently accelerating at 3.3 Gs.
That's 3.3 times the force of gravity.
And closed loop steering has been enabled. Really no transition rates to speak of. All looks good. Booster has throttled down, as expected. Engine signatures look good. Currently at 50 miles in altitude, downrange distance 98 miles. Current velocity 600 miles per hour. Boost phase chill down is underway. We have fired the pogo pyro valve.
Alright, we're nearly at Miko. Our main engine cut off, and well, shortly after that, the webcast will conclude.
Boost phase chill down is complete. We are throttling to 4.6 Gs in preparation for BICO.
You know why.
And we have BICO. Engine shutdown looks good.
Yeah, you can see the plume disappear.
We have stage separation.
Alright, so separation is confirmed. You can see that until...
We have LOX and fuel pre-start on the RL-10. GM2 purge firing, the RCS is underway.
Now, the engine should start...
We have ignition.
Now, and then the fairings will jettison and end the webcast.
And full thrust on the RL-10. The pressures look
Centaur
good.
starts.
And we have indication of payload fairing jettison. Looks like a good step.
There we go. The fairing's been jettisoned. Thrown away. That hits the broadcast, basically.
This is Atlas Mission Control at T plus 4 minutes 30 seconds. We've just seen the successful liftoff of the Atlas V rocket carrying the NROL-79 mission for the National Reconnaissance Office, and all systems continue to operate nominally. Liftoff occurred at 9:49:51 a.m. Pacific Time. At our customer's request, we will now conclude our live coverage. Thanks to ULA's Marty Malinowski for participating in today's show. For more information about ULA or the Atlas V, please visit ulalaunch.com or join the conversation on Twitter and Facebook. We'll leave you now with another look at this morning's liftoff. I'm Amanda Cooker, and on behalf of the entire launch team, thank you for joining us and have a great day. T-minus 10, 9, 8,
that was the
7, 6,
launch
5,
of
4,
NROL-79.
3,
I thought that was
2.
5.
We have ignition of the RD-180 main
Air Force
engine.
Base.
1. Liftoff
Bus
of the
25.
United Launch Alliance Atlas V rocket carrying the NROL-79
Goodbye.
mission for the National Reconnaissance Office.